It's been a couple days since Metal Gear Survive launched, and as expected, feedback for the game remains for the most part as negative as ever. This has in no small part to do with the fact that despite the stigma that the game faces, Konami thought it would be a great idea to implement microtransactions that paywall basic game features behind exorbitant fees. The game charges $10 for each of up to 3 additional character slots beyond the initial one, $10 for each of up to 4 additional crew deployment slots beyond the initial one, $3 for each of up to 4 additional gear loadout slots beyond the initial 4, $5 per weapon storage upgrade, and varying fees for things like gameplay boosters and emotes. Whereas a similarly online, co-op, crafting, and loot-based game like Monster Hunter World gives you 3 character slots and all the gear storage and loadout slots you'll ever need for free to prioritize game design over monetization, Metal Gear Survive takes the complete opposite route by purposely stripping the game of these conveniences to strong-arm players into shelling out a heck of a lot more money beyond the initial $40 entry fee. It goes to show that when it comes to philosophy and integrity, these two games are on 2 completely opposite ends of the spectrum. Even beyond that though, having to witness the Metal Gear name being shoehorned into pachinkos and some generic zombie shooter is really what's most painful about this. It goes to show that Konami's priority isn't to elevate Metal Gear to new artistic heights, but rather to bastardize the franchise for monetary exploits. Now, it would seem as though it's not just the Metal Gear fanbase and gaming community that's upset with the way the Metal Gear franchise is being treated. Based on a recent discovery by Reddit and Twitter users, there are rumors going around that a Konami employee might have gone out of their way to express their disdain against the current circumstances via a secret message tucked away in one of Metal Gear Survive's early cutscenes. The cutscene in question plays towards the beginning of the game, during which the camera eventually focuses on a clipboard that lists names of various soldiers who might have gone missing, been killed, or be AWOL from the invasion against MSF's mother base. One of the names is whatever the player inputs during character creation, and at a glance, the other names may look fairly random and innocent. But a closer look will reveal that if you take the first letter of these last names and arrange them in the listed order, the message KJP Forever reveals itself. KJP is of course the acronym for Kojima Productions, so to be more specific, the secret message reads Kojima Productions Forever. From there, I would like to direct your attention to the 2 names at the bottom, Bastard Yota and Cunning Yuji. Yota and Yuji undoubtedly refer to Yota Tsutsumizaki, Metal Gear Survive's game director, and Yuji Korikato, Metal Gear Survive's producer. It's worth noting that these 2 are veterans of the old Kojima Productions, with Yota having been involved with the team since as far back as Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and Yuji since as far back as Metal Gear Solid 1. Now, my initial thought was that maybe these 2 signed their name to take credit for this secret message, but the negative connotations behind Bastard Yota and Cunning Yuji both seem to indicate that someone else was responsible for this and is calling Yota a bastard and Yuji cunning. Also notice how only Yota and Yuji are listed as AWOL in this list of names, AWOL being a military code for soldiers who leave their duty or post without permission or authorization. So yeah, whoever's responsible for this is clearly throwing shade at these 2, as if to say that they abandoned their duty by remaining at Konami and making a game like Metal Gear Survive. Here's something else that's interesting. If we look at the 2nd and 3rd soldiers on the list, Iron Marlin and Dire Gibbon, you will notice that the first letters of their last names spell out MG, which is the acronym for Metal Gear. And next to these 2 names is the label KIA, which stands for Killed in Action. These are the only 2 names with this label. The message here seems to say that the Metal Gear franchise was killed in action. Last but not least, I would like to draw your attention to the first soldier on the list, whose name is Vengeful Mosquito. I think this name is the anonymous signature of whoever's responsible for the inclusion of this derogatory secret message, with the implication being that whoever did this is someone with the intention of being vengeful and a small mosquito-like nuisance to Konami. So with all that in mind, the message could be interpreted and read as follows. From a vengeful mosquito, Metal Gear was killed in action, Kojima Productions forever, to the bastard Yota Tsutsumizaki and the cunning Yuji Kurikado, who have abandoned their duty. Goddamn, this is one savage and clever way to give the finger to Konami and Metal Gear Survive. I think it's safe to say that whoever was responsible for this is not happy about the current state of affairs. And you know what? Neither is the vast majority of the Metal Gear fanbase and the gaming community as a whole. So as far as I'm concerned, it's really satisfying to see people within the company who are just as unhappy with Konami and their handling of Metal Gear rebel in what little ways they can. Honestly though, I'm pretty surprised that nobody managed to spot Bastard Yota and Cunning Yuji before finalizing the game. I also wonder what will happen once word about this starts getting around. Will Konami have the Metal Gear Survive development team patch this? If this does in fact get patched, it would be as good as confirmation that this was in fact the underhanded work of a Renegade employee at Konami. I've gotta say, the Renegade has got some balls alongside some big boss level S++ rank stealth. I've gotta give them kudos for how sleek they were in pulling this off. And I don't know about you, but this right here brings a smile to my face. It's just so perfectly executed, and as a Metal Gear fan who finds it incredibly excruciating to watch the Metal Gear series go down in flames so unceremoniously like this was kind of blissfully cathartic. But anyway, I digress. I'll be interested to see how Konami will respond to this, and when they do, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. In the meantime, I'd love to hear what your thoughts and theories are on this Renegade secret message in the comments below. With that, I would like to end this news update. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy my content, consider supporting me on Patreon. It is completely optional, but even donating as little as $1 a month will go a long way in helping this channel grow. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.